Hello, everyone, and welcome to Module 5, Specific Guidance for Addressing the Coming Out Process and its relation to mental health. My name is Dušanka, I use pronouns she, her, and I'm here representing Labris, lesbian human rights organization based in Belgrade, Serbia. So let's dive in this specific topic. We should start with understanding what coming out actually is. So coming out or disclosing one's sexual orientation, gender identity, or intersex variation is not a single event, but it's rather a dynamic and ongoing process. It unfolds over time and often in various stages and across different contexts, such as coming out to oneself, to family, friends, or to the broader community. So when we are talking about coming out, we are talking about the process that considers stages which carry its own emotional challenges, risks, and opportunities for growth. So it's not a single event, but it's a process that can last for so long. We should understand also the difference between coming out and being outed. So coming out is a personal choice, and that is an act of trust. And on the other side, being outed is a violation of that trust. That means that somebody decided to disclose one's identity without their consent to others. That can create more risks than personal choice of coming out of the person who wants to do that. So, this is the easy way. Let a person to come out whenever they feel like to do so. Don't expect them to come out on your own terms. So their identity, it's only theirs, and we should respect that. Many young people are out in some spaces and closeted in others. So when we're talking about the concept of being closeted, that we refer to that when one person is keeping their identity private, whether for safety or comfort or personal reasons, and each sphere of their life, such as home, school, community, online, carries different risks and possibilities. And respecting this complexity is the foundation of good youth work. So what is coming out? We said at the beginning that coming out refers to the ongoing process through which LGBTIQ individuals recognize, accept, and often disclose their sexual orientation, gender identity, or intersex variation to themselves, but also to the others. That is not a single event, but a series of experiences shaped over time by personal, social, and cultural factors. At its core, coming out involves two interrelated dimensions. Internal acceptance of one identity, when someone discloses their sexual orientation, gender identity, or intersex variation to themselves, and external disclosure to others, so coming out to other people in their life. Both dimensions have a significant impact on mental health and well-being. Coming out happens in different contexts and towards different audiences. Each stage can trigger a unique mix of emotions, such as relief, empowerment, fear, vulnerability, and the sequence and timing differ for everyone. Common forms may include coming out to oneself, that means recognizing and accepting one's own feelings, needs, and identity, and this is the foundational step towards self-understanding. Coming out to friends, sharing one's identity with peers, whether LGBTIQ+ or heterosexual, often as a way to build support. The third one may include coming out to family or disclosing to parents or relatives, which frequently carries the greatest emotional weight due to the closeness and potential consequences. And coming out to a wider social circle, which may include co-workers, neighbors, school or university colleagues, or the public, and expanding visibility and sometimes facing new challenges. When we are talking about coming out, researchers have developed various models to describe the psychological stages where many people go through during coming out. While no model fits everyone perfectly, these frameworks help understand common experiences and challenges. One of the most influential dates back to 1979, and it's Vivian Cass model of homosexual identity formations. And this model describes 6 stages. The first one is identity confusion, then identity comparison, then tolerance, acceptance, pride, and synthesis. We will dive into each one of these, and we will explain it a bit more broader. So for the first stage, identity confusion, we're asking ourselves, what is happening to me? So in this stage, we are questioning the sexual orientation. The person begins to experience same-sex attraction, often accompanied by emotional turmoil, confusion, denial, and internal conflict. There may be attempts to rationalize or dismiss those feelings, such as, it only happened because I was drunk, or it was just once, it doesn't mean anything. And the person can feel shame, fear, and anxiety. The next stage from this model focuses on the comparison. So maybe I'm not like others, but what does that mean? In this phase, the person begins to accept the possibility of not being straight. There is often a growing internal awareness, yet a strong tendency to hide or isolate oneself from others. The individual may experience grief over the perceived loss of so-called heterosexual privileges or future expectations such as marriage, children, social acceptance. They compare themselves with straight cis peers and may soothe themselves with thoughts like, maybe it's just a phase, or one day I'll still marry someone of the opposite sex, and so on. For the third stage, let's say, we have the identity tolerance. So I'm probably a lesbian, but that must stay hidden. At this point, there is a greater level of self-awareness and tentative acceptance. The person recognizes they are not alone, that there are others like them. This stage often involves seeking connection with the LGBTIQ community, talk cautiously and often in secrecy. First same-sex relationship or romantic experiences may begin here, and the individual begins to overcome isolation by finding those with shared experiences. Support from LGBTIQ organizations or affirming spaces that include affirming psychosocial support and also youth work can be crucial at this stage. On the contrary, a lack of support may cause the person to return to previous stages, which that doesn't mean that the person becomes cis or heterosexual, but that increases the stress and anxiety that can be brought up again with these feelings of unease and the confusion. So this is really the stage that can either upgrade or downgrade the acceptance of oneself. So then, as I said, the acceptance part comes the stage of identity acceptance. So this is who I am, and that is okay. The person now embraces their sexual orientation more fully and feels a sense of optimism about the future. There's a great involvement in the LGBTIQ community and its values, and often a shift away from heteronormative expectations. Selective coming out to trusted people becomes more frequent. There is a growing self-affirmation, such as I'll be okay or I like who I am. They begin to use their identity not as a limitation, but as a source of strength. For the last two, we have identity pride and identity synthesis. So identity pride is I am proud of who I am and others should know too. In this phase, there's a strong need to make one identity visible, not only in their self-acceptance, but also as often a sense of a joy and pride. This can be accompanied by anger or at past discrimination or oppression and a rejection of heteronormative standards. The person becomes more outspoken and may engage in activism. Skills for handling different reactions to coming out are developed, including dealing with rejections or ignorance. This stage is emotionally powerful, but can lead to an us versus them mindset. So here we should be careful. And the last one is identity synthesis. My sexuality is just one part of who I am. And finally, the LGBTIQ identity becomes integrated into a broader, multi-phased sense of self. It no longer dominates one's inner world, but becomes one of many components of identity, along with professional, relational, cultural, and other aspects. And the anger that was being in the focus point in the identity pride towards the cis heterosexual world slowly fades, and the relationship with cisgender heterosexual persons can be rebuilt. The person lives authentically and peacefully and making daily life choices with integrity and balance. So this is for the Vivian Cass model, and I should take a note here that these stages were originally developed to describe how gay and lesbian individuals, so sexual orientation in this narrow sense, come to understand and accept their sexual orientation. Therefore, they cannot be applied to understanding the stages of coming out in a relation to gender identity. And for this purpose, the most suitable framework is Aaron H. Devers' Witnessing and Mirroring, a 14-stage model of transsexual identity formation from 2004. Also, another note that should be made here is that this Vivian Cass model cannot be applied to intersex people in the same way, as intersex variation relate primarily to physical characteristics rather than an internal sense of gender or sexual orientation. And the process of coming out, some of the emotions described in this module, such as confusion, tolerance, or acceptance, may resonate with intersex people, of course. But the key difference lies in the fact that intersex relates to the body rather than identity. And many intersex individuals may not initially have access to information about their variations, and that can significantly shape their self-understanding and experiences of the disclosure. So let's continue with the Aaron H. Devers 14 stages module. Bear with me because it is a kind of long one, but when we go through with all these stages, you will understand more about the person's understanding of themselves during the process to coming out to oneself, but also to the others. So the 14 stages start with the abiding anxiety. So we are saying to ourselves, something doesn't feel right about me. A persistent feeling of unease or discomfort about one's assigned sex and gender role appears early and often without clear understanding why. The individual may feel different from their peers, confused by expectations, and unable to fully identify with people of the same assigned gender. Feelings of loneliness, shame, and anxiety are common, but the source of distress remains vague. The second stage is about originally assigned sex at birth, and it is framed as identity confusion. Why I don't feel like other girls or boys. So doubts being to surface about whether the assigned sex truly fits. The person might start noticing behaviors, preferences, or feelings that contradict societal norms for their assigned sex. They may try to suppress or rationalize these feelings, hoping they will disappear, but the confusion deepens over time. At the next stage, it's somehow erased here. Let me just pause. Sorry for this technical trouble. I'm seeing that there is cut the first sentence, and that sentence is the name of the third stage, identity comparison about the assigned sex at birth. So others seem fine being like this, why can't I? Here the individual begins comparing themselves to peers of the same assigned gender, observing that their own sense of self or expressions feels inconsistent. They might envy traits or roles assigned with another gender. This stage often brings growing distress and alienation. The fourth stage, it's called discovery of transgender identity. Wait, there's a word for this. There is a word for the feelings that I feel. The individual learns that other people experience similar feelings, discovering concepts like transgender or transsexual or non-binary. This realization can be revealing or frightening. For the first time, their experience has a name and a possible explanation, but stigma and misinformation can cause fear and denial. The next two stages that we can see here are also a bit cut, but I will read it to you, so maybe you can catch up with it like that. Is the identity confusion, but about trans identity. So could this really be me? The person questions whether their transgender identity actually fits. They may test the idea internally, wondering if they are trans enough. There can be oscillations between relief and having an explanation, but also resistance due to the fear of what embracing it would mean for their life. Then, after this stage ends or transforms, we have identity comparison, also about trans identity. So, how do I relate to other trans people? At this stage, the individual begins comparing their experiences with those of other transgender people, whether online, in community spaces, or through the media. But they may look for confirmation or reassurance that their experiences align with what being trans look like. It's often an exploratory and self-educational period. Then we have identity tolerance of trans identity. Maybe I'm trans, but I'm not sure I can live that way. The person becomes more comfortable entertaining the idea that they might be transgender. They may begin small experiments using a new name, privately changing clothes, or exploring pronouns in safe context. There's a tentative acceptance, but still fear of social rejection or loss of relationships. Delay before acceptance of trans identity becomes next. I think I know who I am, but I'm scared. Even with growing recognition, the individual may hesitate to fully accept or disclose their identity. This pause often reflects internalized transphobia, fear of rejection, or economic and safety concerns, but uncertainty about transition. The person may move forward and back and forth between partial acceptance and doubt. Acceptance of trans identity. Yes, I am a transgender. Here comes a clear acceptance and ownership of identity. The person understands and names their gender identity without shame. They begin to envision a future alignment with the authentic self, often accompanied by both relief and anxiety about what comes next. But there it's again the delay before transition. I know who I am, but how can I begin? So practical and emotional preparation for transition begins. the person considers option for social, medical, or legal transition. This may involve seeking information, resources, or supportive professionals. It's planning stage characterized by anticipation and sometimes fear of consequences. Again, we have a cut word, but here stands transition. I'm starting to live as myself. Active steps towards alignment between gender identity and outward life occur. This could include social transition, such as using suitable name or pronouns and changing the appearance, like using makeup or the clothes that fits their gender identity and expression, but also that can include legal changes or even medical interventions, such as using hormones or undergoing the surgery. The individual navigates reactions from others and experiences significant emotional shifts. Often that includes empowerment, but also vulnerability. Then we have acceptance of post-transition of gender and sex identity. This is me now, I am comfortable with it. The person begins to feel settled in their gender expression and role. The new identity feels natural rather than forced. While external challenges may remain, internally the gender identity feels affirmed and stable. There's increased confidence and authenticity. And the last two is integration. My gender is part of who I am, but not at all what I am. The gender identity becomes one part of a whole multi-faced self. The person rebuilds life and in alignment with its truth, balancing relationship, work, and other aspects of identity. Managing stigma or disclosure becomes easier. Self-acceptance replaces constant self-definition. And the last one, it's pride, the last stage. I'm proud of my journey and I want to help others. Pride and advocacy emerge. The person may speak openly about their experience, mentor others, or engage in activism. Their trans identity is not just accepted but celebrated. They live openly, asserting the right to exist and thrive. So if you have time to create like a parallel version of the Devers 14 stages and Cass's 6 stages, you can see that there are, I can say overlapping, that there are some similarities, but also that the Devers, the 14 stages are more, they are more separated in the sense that they are more defined. So maybe that is also one thing that make a distinction between these two models, aside that the Devers is more for the gender identity and Cass is for sexual orientation. But you can see that these steps and stages are common, and you can, as a help for you, focus on these sentences that can help you understand easily what each stage is. And also you should keep in mind that these stages are not entirely right for each individual, but that they are that some person, if they have a good support network and their friends, family, and people that surround them, that they are already being accepting of other diversities and not making that much of a fuss about anyone being different than what is considered a normal. That can easily create a different scenario for that person. So for you, the key takeaways, if you're a youth worker, is that the that you should know that coming out process is not linear, and people may revisit earlier stages or experience multiple feelings simultaneously. That there is no universal timeline. The pace depends on individual circumstances, and the social environment matters greatly. So supportive, accepting communities foster healthier identity development, while stigma and discrimination can cause delays, stress, or setbacks. And the youth worker should respect each person's unique journey, offer safe spaces, and provide resources that affirm identity that are diverse. So that is for these modules and models, and we can have now a swift break, but also you should prepare for the group work where we should risk and we should plan the risk and create a safety plan. Here you can see are the 3 groups. You can choose whichever you like and decide and create a discussion or create a bullet point list that can help you answer these questions. So for the first part, you can discuss the potential risks of coming out. What are the potential risks that a young person may face when coming out? The prompts that can guide you are what kind of risk can appear, emotional, social, psychological, or financial, which risks are visible and immediate, and which are more hidden or long-term. How do family, school, or community attitudes influence those risks? The second group you should discuss the key steps for coming out and create a safety plan. So what steps should be included in a safety plan for coming out? The prompts are: how can a youth worker help a young person assess their readiness to come out? Who could be a part of their support network before and after coming out? What could a plan B look like if things don't go well? How can we make sure that the safety plan is led by the young person, not imposed by us? And the third group should have a discussion about the role of youth workers in risk assessment and safety planning. So the third group actually has a first and the second group's job, but what is the youth worker's role in assessing risk and supporting safety planning? So you should take into consideration the youth worker aspect here. So you are the second and third person involved in this coming out process. So guiding prompts are that what are the balance between offering guidance and respecting autonomy? How can we recognize when a young person might not yet be ready to come out safely? What resources, hotlines, shelters, or LGBTQ organizations should youth workers know about locally? So if you are living in, you should take the context from your local area and your country. How can we cooperate with other professionals like counselors, teachers, or social services in a safe and ethical way? So this is for the group work or individual work, where you should assess the risks and safety plan, and this can help you be more prepared if there is a situation when you encounter a person who is in need while coming out or decided to come out. So after you finished your tasks, we can have an answers. So when assessing the risks, you should take in mind internal factors such as emotional readiness, self-esteem, coping strategies, external factors that include cultural norms, family values, local laws, and protection, availability of support networks, intersectional factors including gender, ethnicity, religion, social-economical status, and additional marginalizing identities can intensify those risks. Regarding safety planning before coming out, youth workers should help LGBTIQ plus youth access and prepare for potential risks before the disclosure. They can plan a critical role in supporting informed and empowered decision-making without applying pressure, asking open-ended questions such as what do you hope to gain from coming out and what do you fear might happen can help the youth reflect on their motivation and concerns. The help also includes assessing family reactions. So encourage the young person to reflect on previous conversations about LGBTIQ plus topics within their family. This can help identify whether family members hold openly negative attitudes or if there is any indication of potential acceptance. Understanding the family's likely response is essential for planning. Choosing safe timing and setting, so avoiding high-stress moments such as during conflicts or family crisis, but also having a support network ready to identify at least one supportive person, such as trusted friend, counselor, or an LGBTIQ plus hotline. Planning for the emergencies, so you should take in mind what will happen if the young person face rejection, or do they have a space for safe housing or temporary shelter, and this should also be taken into consideration while safety planning. And again, avoiding pressure. You should ensure that youth understands they should never feel pressured or forced to disclose their identity. That decision must be entirely their own and made when they feel ready and safe. So to sum this up, a youth worker's work is to guide and inform, not to persuade. The focus should always be on the youth's readiness and personal choice, ensuring they feel respected and supported at every step. The role of allies and support networks. So I think that you all know what an ally means, but that is a person who actively supports LGBTIQ plus individuals and stand against a discrimination and stigma. In the context of youth work, being an ally means creating inclusive spaces, listening without judgment, and empowering young people to make their own choices. A role of allies also means never to share someone LGBTQI plus identity without their consent. Your role is to provide information, not to decide for them. Here are some practical ways that youth workers can act as allies. So you can create safe spaces by displaying visible sign of inclusion, such as rainbow flags, posters, but also when you're having a group work or you are in a larger setting, you can, while introducing yourself, state your pronouns that you're using and encourage all others to do that. Also, you can offer emotional support by being available to listen without judgment. Also, you can connect the resources by providing information about local LGBTIQ organization. And the final, and I think maybe the crucial thing, is to intervene in case of discrimination. So when a young person is being bullied or harassed, act promptly and in accordance with the safeguarding policies. Allies should avoid assumption and overstepping. So do not assume everyone wants to come out publicly. Do not assume someone's identity based on stereotypes. Refrain from making the moment about your feelings. So it's not that you are proud of somebody that can be a bit overwhelming if you center your feelings. That will make me sad, or it's not about you here, it's about other person's life and security. Do not disclose the youth identity to others without their explicit permission. And when in doubt, always ask the young person, and how can you support them? How can you be there for them? And actually be there for them, not because that is your personal gain, but because that is something that you should do. So regarding the practical tools for youth workers, we have here a checklist for supporting LGBTQ youth coming out. So you can establish trust and confidentiality by assuring young person that their privacy is respected, use affirming and inclusive language, avoid assumptions about sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression, listen without judgment, we already said that, respect the youth space, avoid pressuring towards disclosure, provide information, be aware of risks, monitor mental health, that is really important, connect to the community, and refer to specialists when there is a need for that. Here are also the samples of conversation starters for coming out support. So you can tell them, you can talk to me about anything, including how you feel about your identity and who you want to share it with. Have you thought about telling someone close to you about your sexual orientation, gender identity, and so on? Also, you should know that after someone comes out, the work is not over. They may need support navigating the aftermath, whether it's silence, backlash, or an unexpected tenderness. Help them think about what care might look like afterwards. Do they want to follow up with the person? Do they need a break from them? Do they need to be more visible or retreat for a while? Through it all, what matters most is that you are there, that you listen when they speak, that you respect their pace, their choices, and their survival strategies. You don't need to push them forward. You just need to work, and you just need to walk alongside them, holding space for who they are and who they are becoming. So coming out may be a storm, or it may be a sunrise. Sometimes it's both. But with the right support, it can become not just a moment of risk, but a moment of quiet, enduring power. So this is all from me regarding this module. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm really sorry for the technical troubles, but the whole presentations are set and you can find them easily. And thank you again for listening, and see you next time.